Firstly, we're a software company, and we look to export our software around the world, solving problems that are principally urban in nature. When you start that work, you realize that's a massive collaborative undertaking. It's not something that is produced by one company, and any one organization or institution says they've got the silver bullet for smart cities is delusional. And so in our model in developing technology, we work with a number of strategic partners. You'll obviously hear from people like Cisco and Amazon and Hitachi and others. So we get the breadth of human innovation and thinking, whether it be in software or in hardware or in the soft skills that come with civil engineering and architecture. We work with companies like Bureau Happel and others. So the goal here was ultimately to say, where can we place people where they're in close proximity to start to cause the interaction and to build the interdisciplinary skills so that software people have a better understanding of architectural form and considerations, where civil engineers understand how systems can communicate with each other and start to become more efficient, how we think about the manufacturing process enabled by technology and how that will change. So the goal of PlanIT Valley was to bring a very diverse community of collaborators together. And we started with a simple view, like many of these places do, well, we're going to have some economic or social activity here. Principally, it was research, development, and education. But as we gathered pace and momentum and people became excited, we had much more interest in PlanIT Valley than we ever imagined. And so we went from a campus view to a small village view, which included where are people going to go live, and they're going to bring families, so how are we going to educate them? And so PlanIT Valley grew out of that sort of very natural growth and aspiration, not for us as real estate developers, but how do we create a community that is centered on innovation and new thinking, that is multicultural, that has a representation from multiple parts of society, because every city that we were looking to bring value to was going to have that same problem. And ultimately, the idea grew and grew and grew. The benefit to us is, versus looking at this from a technological problem only, we've been able to work with the national government and the local government on how do we drive the economic and social viability of a region? How do we bring social and economic development to a municipality? How do we bring international collaborators together into a non-English speaking country, although English language here is very strong. But how do you bring people here so they're comfortable and that they can be productive and enjoy their lives? And through that process, we started to develop some theories that we tested against historical norms. When these things have been conducted, it didn't matter whether it was in the 15th or 16th century or in the 11th century or recently in Milton Keynes in the UK. Do these theories play out? What's the likelihood of success? And so we developed a methodology to go approach. Out of that, we started to develop the technology approaches that we needed to support those enabling models. And so technology followed the thinking about the societal and economic impacts, with the technology providing efficiency and creating new ways for that community to interact. As a company that was a startup in 2006, we're sort of pinching ourselves at the moment, because you have an idea, you hope you're sort of right, but until somebody starts to use it at real scale, you don't know whether you were right, wrong, or otherwise. As one of my friends used to say, you don't really know how it goes until you put it out on the porch to see whether the cat licks it. And in this particular case, we've now got people licking it at some scale, and I think we were very fortunate. We had some great ideas that I've proven to be a little visionary. We had a lot of collective efforts from our partners and industry thinking through those problems. I'd like to think industry sort of got it right. I'd like to think we sort of got it right first, and it seems to me that that's driving a lot of opportunity for us, and it wouldn't surprise me if our original goal, which was to have some form of substantive impact on quality of life and conditions of people around the world, I think we will make some contribution to it. I can't say we'll solve all the world's problems, but if we can make a small dent in it, I think we'll achieve that.